Hey, what's up, everybody? In celebration of AvidBeer's 1,000th subscriber, we're going to celebrate with beer and with answering a question from a subscriber. This subscriber named Michael says, how do you save these effects that you make? And in addition to answering this viewer question, at the end of this video, I will be showing myself on camera. I'm finally getting comfortable enough to do that. So this might be basic for some people, but let's go over this system of how I save effects, and maybe even someone can comment below a better way to save effects. But the way I do it is I have in every single set of projects I work on, every single system I work on, I make my own project with my initials and the term works with an exclamation point. It's the only project that has an exclamation point. And in that project, I make a bin, label it with the term EFX for effects. I use my initials. This is my effects bin. So if I open this up, you will see here, I have all these different effects I've saved over the years, glows, different looks, right? Subclips that I put together. A lot of sapphire and Boris effects here. That's on a computer that doesn't have that. That's why you get this like weird little gray pink thing. And titles, blurs, things like that. So how would I get that in there? So let's say I have this beautiful old footage of Rihanna right here. And let's say for some reason I wanted to do some really odd 3D warp with it. I don't know. And for some reason, and maybe I made the corner pin do something like this. Why I would do this, I don't know. I would have to be really, really drunk. But imagine I really like this effect for some reason. And how would I want to save it? So in this effect editor, up here at the top is the effect I made, right? Possibly with keyframes, possibly without. And what I do is I can drag that into a bin, dragging into my effects bin in this case. And one of the keys with this, obviously, if you kept dragging these 3D warps in here, you'd have nothing but things called 3D warp. And how would you remember what that is? So sometimes you need to come up with some naming mechanism to be able to remember these different clips, all these different things I have, right? So I call this drunk corner pin move. Okay. And now I have it in my effects bin. It's saved. So now if I went to another clip, we got these girls dancing here, drunk corner pin move, and it does the same exact ridiculous move. So another thing to think about is obviously I saved, and I have a whole video on this with my speed ramps. Very easy to save your speed ramps once you make a speed ramp. I could speed this clip up, right, automatically. Now I have a super fast speed, and the same thing, I have something at 30%. Much easier for me to make a slow-mo. Look how fast I made something 30% slow-mo right there. All from saving the effect just like we did there. If I go to motion effect editor, same exact thing in motion effect editor, and I could drag this icon into my bin, and it will actually even name it with the numbers there. One way to save motion effect icons. And the last thing I'll talk about with effects, and I've talked about this in a video as well, about using multiple effects. So imagine I wanted to use that drunk corner pin move I just made, and I wanted to make some sort of color effect. I'll do this right now just to save time. Not go into color correction mode. Let's make this black and white. So now I have this corner move with a black and white effect. And notice how I didn't drag and alt drag this on top of the clip. I just used on V2 as an adjustment layer. And now what I can do is I can hit Control Alt C. This is now inside the source monitor. Grab this little sequence icon and show, now I have a subsequence, a sequence, whatever you want to call this, and call this drunk corner pin move black and white. And now instead of again dragging on top of it, I can just cut this over any clip I want to, and I have the flexibility of extending it. So now this ridiculous move can go over all these clips. Obviously, it doesn't need to be just 2 effects. You could use this with 4, 5, 6, 7. You could use this with multiple layers and then actually collapse the layers into one and make it into one layer track. And now for the moment absolutely no one has been waiting for. I will show myself on camera. And this was a picture of me camping with my family. And, you know, I'm an editor. I don't like to be on camera. I like to just be in a dark room by myself. I have no interest in any sort of fame or anybody looking at me in general. I like to drink beers And in this case, obviously, I was really having a good time with my family camping in upstate New York. But I will not be showing myself on camera with some sort of neon lighting setup behind me. That will not happen. The Avid Beer channel will never, ever have that, because the channel now has 1,000 subscribers, so it doesn't even matter. Hopefully, this channel has given you some tips. I've gotten many nice comments from people who saying that these short little concise videos have helped them, and I appreciate those comments very much. The summer is over. I will be posting videos on a more consistent basis now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.